Rosenstein in hot water after he holds key information away from Congress by USforTrump.com. Rod Rosenstein, Deputy Director at the Department of Justice, is under fire, and rightfully so. Yesterday, Nunes and Gowdy met with FBI, DOJ, and other officials to discuss the release of information the Congressional Oversight committees have been seeking. Earlier last week, May 6, Devin Nunes announced Congress would file a contempt of Congress count on the DOJ, Jeff Sessions, if the documents were not released. A subpoena was ignored, and stonewalling seems to be a natural habit for the FBI and DOJ. The FBI's blatant disregard for congressional oversight is of grave concern and should be an outrage to every American. After yesterday's meeting, it was reported that the contempt of Congress charge on Sessions will be held off. Sarah A. Carter reports with a statement prepared by Nunes and Gowdy. The officials committed to holding further discussions of these matters, and we look forward to continuing our dialogue next week to satisfy the committee's request. Additionally, the impeachment of Rod Rosenstein was called upon in February on Friday the 13th. The request to impeach Rod Rosenstein was about not handing over documents requested by the Congressional Oversight Committees. In January, House Speaker Paul Ryan had to threaten the Deputy Attorney General and FBI Director Christopher Wray with contempt to get them to comply with a House subpoena for documents about the Steele dossier, Thomas Baker states in the Wall Street Journal. And yesterday, Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, speaks on the stonewalling that Rosenstein keeps doing. It is completely within the scope of the investigation that's been going on for a while with respect to FISA. I actually think that this is something that probably should have been answered a while ago. In ending, what is Rod Rosenstein covering up for the FBI? Yeah, so Ryan takes questions on Nunes. Yeah, but
okay,
Ryan...
So I've always supported term limits, so...
Take a little listen.
And I've supported term limits since the day I got here, so... I'm for
yeah,
term.
We know you, Ryan.
I believe, first of all, I've spent some time looking at the HIPC request, at the HIPC investigation. I think this request is wholly appropriate. It's completely within the scope of the investigation that's been ongoing for a while with respect to FISA. I actually think that this is something that probably should have been answered a while ago. I've spoken with Chairman Gowdy, I've spoken with Chairman Nunes, I've spoken with the Deputy Attorney General on this. I expect that we will be able to have an accommodation to honor this request. Because I think, first of all, it's our job to do oversight of the executive branch. This request is perfectly appropriate within the scope of the committee's investigation.
Well, we know about Ryan and how he just goes with the flow. You know, if he sees a side going down, he then takes the conservative side when he sees them going down. Otherwise, he's a menace. Who is Rosenstein putting his neck on the line for? That's a very good question. At this point, I would say he's trying to save himself. He's also trying to hide some info and hiding himself. So he's got two things to worry about now. And Gowdy was just there to delay the process for the IG reports to come out because they're supposedly, all of a sudden they got new leads into the Clinton emails and he's looking for that. That's why the IG report hasn't been released on Comey. Then when Nunes was going to go for the contempt charge, who steps in? Gowdy steps in playing the good guy, but actually stopping the procedures on both counts, both on the IG report and on the contempt charges that they were going to file against the Department of Justice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.